We're taking our floating home along the scenic Irish coastline, spending a few days away from shore and dropping our hook in pristine anchorages. It's a mixed bag of conditions out here. It goes from blissful to dangerous in a matter of moments to the point where a life is on the line. Come along as we sail to yet another new country.
Where's Scotland?
We're Steph and Travis, Canadians who didn't know much about sailing. We didn't let that or a global pandemic stop us from living our dreams, and we've been winging it ever since. We took off from Toronto and made it to Grenada in year 1, and we've got no plans on stopping. Subscribe to join our life on the water. Thanks to our patrons who keep the dream going. We're continuing our sail along the eastern coast of Ireland, making our way up to Northern Ireland.
Another day of absolute beautiful sailing. We're just doing little hops up the coast in light wind. I have no emphasis in my voice because I'm still kind of sick, but now Steph's kind of getting a little sick too. So we're trying to enjoy the coast as much as we can with being a little bit sick. We went to Dublin for a couple days and that was super awesome. And yeah, like I was just saying, now we're just doing a couple little hops, a couple hours each day, because some really good winds fill in tomorrow afternoon, where we're going to do a good 13-hour sail, or 10 to 13-hour sail, up and around the corner past Belfast, where we're going to stage there for a couple days to wait for another good window to head us across into Scotland. So right now I think our plan is, because we're kind of moving a bit quick, and there's not many anchorages along the Irish Sea on Ireland. They're kind of just stops, in my opinion. But since the water is really calm right now, we've actually been able to anchor in spots that you might not be able to usually anchor comfortably. But yeah, today is just a beautiful sail. We're doing like 5 knots. There's no current right now. The current's about to switch, and then we're probably going to be going like 6 knots up in like absolute pristine conditions. And this kind of sailing you just don't get in the Caribbean. So it's kind of cool, different sailing. It was kind of like our first big 30-hour trip from Kinsale to Dublin. It was like good winds and just zero sea state. And it's just wild how fast you can go, especially when you got a little bit of current pushing you, going with you. But I guess I didn't tell you why. We're kind of making our way quickly. Because I think right now we're going to try to go to the Faroe Islands. And I would like to be in the Faroe Islands for early August. And it's already like mid-July. So I'm trying to make our way up there because there's a lot of Scotland I want to see. And yeah, just trying to make it to the Faroe Islands. And then we're going to come back down.
With new waters comes new marine life. And we've been seeing these really big jellyfish in the water with crazy long tentacles. This is the best shot we could get of it, and we're not quite sure what type of jellyfish it is, but if you know, let us know in the comments. With zero sea state, the sun shining, and the wind filling our sails, it's not a bad day to be out here on the water. We're entering the channel into what we think is going to be our anchorage for the night, and as we're going in, we experience up to 3 knots of current going with us. We're scoping around in a relatively narrow anchorage and realize that this is way too crammed with fishing boats. We don't think there's enough room to comfortably anchor, and feeling unsettled, we decide that our best option is to head out and choose another spot for the night. This means that the strong current that was helping push us into the channel was what we were going to have to face on the way out. We make it through alright, slowly but surely, and our fallback anchorage is just up ahead, an hour's sail away. Northeast of Carlingford Lough is the divide between Ireland and Northern Ireland, so now we're technically in UK waters. Checking in is super easy. Customs is done online and via telephone. As you can tell, we're being spoiled with glassy calm anchorages and waking up with the same to pull up anchor and to head on out. A little motoring until the winds and the waves pick up.
Yeah, hi. The kayaker in the water, he looks like he's about 500 or so meters to your port side. That escalated quickly. I was looking at the binoculars at this little orange dot in this inlet. Oh, it's a kayaker, and it was wind against current, so it's super choppy in this inlet. He didn't look like he's having that much fun, but I'm like, he might know what he's doing. And then let it be. Kind of looked back, and he was gone. I don't think he knows what he's doing, and he fell in the water. So the Coast Guard, they were kind of already on it, I think, looking for him, and then we spotted him, the boat, us and the sailboat behind, so we just kept visual eye on him, and then the Coast Guard, well, the boat behind us rolled sail, and he went to motor towards him. Where that guy spotted him, where he dropped sail, the sailboat was heading back to where he remembered seeing him. The sailboat was just going straight back in the line that he seen him on, but that kid was already half a kilometer out to sea at that point, which I was watching with binoculars. So then I had to radio the sailboat and let him know that the guy in the water is actually, 500 or so meters to his port side now, not where he was heading. But end of the day, the kid got found and rescued.
The sailboat was just keeping visual on the kayaker while the lifeboat was on its way. He got picked up and all is good.
Yeah, it's crazy though, the current. You keep visual, and the moment you do something, turn around. Yeah, it's just crazy how quick you move in 3 knots of current. He's all good and safe.
Proceed on our way if that's okay. Over. Spirit, this is Belfast Coast Guard. Roger, set up, so copied. Many thanks for your assistance today. Over. Not a problem. White Spirit, have a good day.
Go. I'm going that way. Right in my way.
Yeah.
You guys going molasses slow here.
Whoa. What's happening?
I'm waiting until he passes.
Did he radio you?
We got about 2.5, 3 hours to go before we get to our anchorage, which is pretty far north in Ireland. And this guy is just going so slow. What is he doing? Yeah, kind of flying through Ireland a little bit. And you probably haven't seen much of our faces because we've been both kind of sick. But hopefully when we get to Scotland, back to vlogging.
Today, we're making our way to our last anchorage before crossing the North Channel over to Scotland. Cushenden is a small coastal village with 100-some-odd people. Yet the coastline here looks a little familiar, and maybe because the caves here have been used as a backdrop in the Game of Thrones.
When the stars glow bright, the summer's old. In the misty bright moonlight I were told. When the storm is raging in your head, when you feel there's nothing more ahead, the hills they seem all green but they hide.
I think we're on day number 3 or 4 now without making it ashore. And it's been really nice after heading into Dublin, a really big and busy city, to just be able to anchor in a remote anchorage alone and just relax. We've been able to have longer days because sunrise is really early, like 4:59 a.m. and doesn't go down until after 10 p.m. So we've been able to make a lot of ground during the day, and then once we get to anchor, it's just nice to relax in a super calm anchorage. But today, I think we're gonna actually be heading to land after we get to where we're heading today, which is Scotland. So we've made our way as north as we want to go in Northern Ireland, and we're gonna hop over to the Isle of Gigha, go ashore. So yeah, really excited. We should get there in a few hours, probably a lot quicker than we thought because we are absolutely flying this morning with the current helping us. We have over 3 knots of current pushing us that way. So I think we hit 10 knots just now, Travis was saying in the background. So we're flying. But yeah, it's a beautiful day and it's supposed to be really pretty where we're going, so we're excited.
You know, to me, that's all right.
Just like that, we got hit with a 30-knot gust and the sun is gone. I just saw white caps suddenly from our port side and then whoosh.
10 knots to 30. That was really intense. And as soon as it came, it leaves just the same. But now we're exposed to the North Atlantic. We've had beautiful sailing up the Irish Sea because all the waves get broken by Ireland, and you just get this really nice, calm sailing. Like that was some of the coolest sailing we've had, just with no waves, with good winds. They come and go. They're really intermittent though. Sometimes we had to motor, then you turn it on, turn it off, turn it on. But yeah, now we're back to the swell of the ocean. Woo-wee.
6 hours later and we are officially in Scotland. We have our anchor down in the island of Gigha. So I pronounced that wrong earlier, Gigha. We're gonna definitely have to get used to the different pronunciations of the different places here. We chose to anchor just outside of the main anchorage where there are mooring balls, a pontoon, which you'll probably see in a second because we're just about to dinghy over there, and probably a lot more boats, but this is a pretty nice spot. We've got the whole place to ourselves. Yeah, we're gonna head on in. Probably, what, 2 nautical miles away? Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna go check out land for the first time in 4 days.
There's the clear water for you.
It's a little dark right now, but you can see it's clear. Oh yeah. Clear water. So calm here.
Yeah, I love it that. Where's Scotland? This is super cool. This is one place I always wanted to go explore, but never really thought it would be by boat. And it's super cool because Scotland's this place is like, if you do it by car, you're limited because you're not going to go to all these little out islands and stuff. And that's how I want to explore Scotland, is like places where you just can't go see because there's so many of these little nooks and crannies.
Known for its clear turquoise waters and sandy beaches, Gigha is the most southern isle in the southern Hebrides, 7 miles long and half a mile wide.
It is so pretty and amazingly peaceful here.
It is just cool. How different it is, again. You know, how many different landscapes and geographic sort of layouts and plants and diversity we've been in the last, couple months.
Literally all we hear as we're walking is the water. Little trickles of water.
Very peaceful.
Birds, the occasional bumblebee, occasional dinghy motor. But yeah, it's very, very peaceful here.
Kind of reminds me of like Georgian Bay area, Muskoka area in Ontario.
I was gonna say, I kind of get like a cottagey feel. Is that what you get?
Yeah.
Like a lake cottagey sort of feel. And the temperature too.
Kind of crazy. Travel half across the world and it's like, hey, this kind of feels like Ontario. Just a little, it's got its differences. You got cooler accents here.
Wait, you don't like the Canadian accent, eh?
Oh, hey, you going to get a Timmy's today? You watch out for that moose on the road, eh? We almost hit it.
Wait, do that again.
I'm not in character now.
You're not in character of a Canadian?
Yeah, my Canadian character is.
It's the main store in town. There's only, I think I read that there's less than 200 people that live here, so this would be the main
Full
store.
time?
Yeah, like population is 160 or something like that, but that would be the main store. There's a post office there, food, they sell bread, gas, fuel, diesel. So,
I could use a bit of that right there.
but they're closed now, so
Yeah, maybe tomorrow morning. Well, we'll plan out what we're doing.
yeah.